So this is the reading with the current wiring system. So all of the panels are in parallel, and so that's what's coming down, 22.5. My battery is 24 volt bank. This is 22 volts. There's a problem where I'm not getting enough voltage going into my battery banks. So these two wires are coming from these two panels that are propped up. I'm going to make one of these red and one of these black. So I think this is going to be the black one. So that means I need to remove the red wire from this wire to here. I need to remove that or disconnect that wire so it's not here. And then on this one, I'll make this the red wire. So keep the red wire here, but I'll disconnect the black wire here. So then that way, these two sets of panels here are now in series, where I have one black, one red. That should be the right way. I'm going to think about it another day before I actually do it. Just because, I got to think about it. I'm going to try to rewire, or maybe not today, tomorrow. I'm still trying to think it in my head before I actually make the cut of the wires, but I think this makes more sense on this side because if I did it across this way, I would have to expose wires. I have wires exposed, and I don't know that the UV rays will actually eat the wires, so I don't want to do that. I'm still debating and talking to myself if I'm going to do this or not. I think I'm going to do it, just going to do it. What's the worst is that I have to reconnect it the way it was, the black to black, and then undo the split. That's the worst. But I won't heat shrink it yet until I'm absolutely, maybe not 100%, but absolutely positively that I'm going to move forward with it. I think I can. I know I can. I'm going to do it. All right, so I'm prepping the top, but one of the things that I forgot to mention is that the sun never turns off. So whatever rays are coming through, it's going to hit that solar panel, and there's going to be electrical that goes through the wires into this combiner box. So I've got to cover up the solar panels that I'm working on so that I don't have any kind of electrocution that comes through. Each panel is 25 amps and 25 volts and 60 amps. So I'm going to cover those up before I get to work. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire here that's marked red, so that's the red wire, and I'm going to attach it to the black wire that's in this one here that's coming off of that panel. So this now becomes the red wire feeding into the combiner box. This existing wire over here, this is the black wire. So the black lead from this one line will go into the combiner box. So now I've got a red going into the combiner box and then a black. And then this two panels here become series wired, or wired in series. That's the goal. All right, so now that I've got the sheath removed, which is luckily that just stayed there, so I didn't cut all the way through it, so I'm going to use that as my protector. I'm going to take this black wire coming from that panel up there, connect it to this wire here, which is marked red, so that now the positive for here is going to go to this negative here, and then this becomes the red wire, like I said, and this one remains the black wire. So that's the next step. All right, so I think I fixed it, right? The reading anyway on the voltmeter's fixed. So if I touch the black and I touch the red, I'm reading 45. So the bus is now reading 45 as opposed to 22. So I'm happy with that. We're gonna check the bottom. The solar panels are connected. My MPPT is blinking. My switch on for the solar is on. My amp or my fuse for the solar is on. My battery switch is on. My DC switch is on. And my main breaker switch is on. Sure enough, the battery was set to 12 volts and everything was reading 0. So once I changed it to 24, then everything started populating. So now it is charging at the 24 volt level and my fault error went away. So now the readings on my battery shows 100% charged, and the reading on my smart solar shows that there's current coming through. So my solar issues have been resolved. All right, so this is the first one. So again, this is the red wire that's coming off. Oh no, I did that wrong. I did that completely wrong.